BU 5Ks, 3Ks, miles have all been formed. Ultimately, everyone's focused on the 5K, and we have 2 really good races live on FloTrack this weekend on Saturday. Start with the men's 5K. We'll bring up the start list here. Nico Young, NCAA runner-up. He's going to be leading the field, which is going to have basically a who's who of collegiate distance runners. Brian Fay of Washington, Kai Robinson, so 2 guys who run sub-1320s. Kieran Lum, who did not run cross-country, but he's a 1320 guy as well. Casey Klinger, he was a top 5 finisher. Drew Bosley's in the mix. Alex Mayer, we know what he can do for Oklahoma State. Basically,
where's Hicks?
Hicks is not there. No Hicks.
We're missing Hicks, but everybody else.
We're missing Hicks. So, but everyone else, the 2 Harvard guys, the Oklahoma State guys, and NAU guys, BYU, most of the Stanford people, and then a few unattached athletes or Under Armour athletes like Eduardo Herrera, Casey Neville-Bard, a who's who of distance runners in their 20s to 24-year-old shape. My question is, how fast, who wins, and how fast do you think they go? I would say Nico is the favorite here, right?
Yeah, I think Nico's got to be the favorite. Are they going to rehash cross country? Is Drew going to go out with him? Be a little Bosley, Young?
I think
duo at the front.
I think Drew's going to try to just stick on Young. But no, actually, they're going to just trust the pacer, right? Because they're going to be 13-15 pace.
Yeah.
So they're just going to trust the pacer and then just see who holds on. The more and more I think about that, though, because it's not like a championship-style race, I do think there's a chance that Nico doesn't win and that someone like Kieran Lum comes in and or Casey Neville-Bard, who just has really good kicks. They're in a race, and then just who has it's an indoor track. You got to have a good kick.
So how fast do you think they're going to go, though?
I think it's going to be 13-13.
Okay. But if they run 13-13, then there's not going to be a lot of people left to kick.
Yeah, it'll be like 3 people.
Yeah. I'm still rolling with Nico. So 13-13, that's not...
Like, I could see Alex Mayer winning.
Collegiate record's 13:08. Indoors. There a chance?
Talk to me like I'm 8. Maybe.
13 minutes, 8 seconds. Lowy Lang, 2012. I mean, Wild Shot ran 13:09 last year. That was in February. That wasn't.
You know what? They're running 13. They're running 13:07.
You don't need to protect your collegiate record. I just was thinking.
I did ask NAU coaches, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get a world standard? They said they're just trying to get top 16 mark. But
what's a top 16 mark now?
It's probably like.
Does anybody know?
It's gonna need to be like sub 13:30. But with all these people here, they're not gonna try to run sub 13:30. They're gonna try to win this race, and this race is gonna be fast, which means they're gonna run the 13 teens.
Yeah, because the descending order list is gonna come from this race, so you want to be ahead of a bunch of people. Yeah. Like, you don't want to be on the other side of that. I threw that time out there. Just I know on the women's side, it's been under attack at this meet in previous years. So
then on the women's side, we got the return of Katelyn Tuohy coming off her NCAA title. Mercy Chalengot's in this race. The Alabama girls are there. Elisa Stearns, who had a good run for NAU, which I think she finished in the top 10, is in this race. And then also Natalie Cook, the star freshman. And can't forget about Kelsey Camille. She was third at NCAA's, a respectable third. So, but all eyes are going to really be on Katelyn Tuohy. She has a seed time of 15-14. There's a bunch of non-collegiates in this field, like Annie Rodenfels, Katie Snowden, Gabby Jennings, Eleanor Fulton, the Haas twins. But Tuohy here, what do you think about her? And is she even going to be running the 5K at NCAAs?
That's always the question,
right?
For everybody. 5K, 3K, DMR. Like, what do you choose?
A mile?
You try to qualify in all of them and then make the decision later.
Like, there could be a situation where Katelyn Tuohy wins this, maybe even breaks the collegiate record, and it's like, I'm just not going to do it.
15-12 collegiate record. That's Sisson. Izzo at this race, remember 15-13 back in 2019. I think, was that the year when Werner ran it too, but had already gone, ran unattached basically.
Yeah.
So
it was weird.
I think now that was known at the time as this is like a golden era of collegiate women's 5,000 meter running. This year, it remains to be seen if it's going to be that quick, but this meet has the potential to go that fast. So yeah, I think the winner is going to be. Don't you think under 15:15?
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that a conservative thing? And Rodenfeld's, I know she's a pro, but remember last indoor season? She was really sharp.
Yeah.
Last indoor season, she runs for BAA. So if she's planning on running this race full go and she's fully healthy and everything like that, I think she'd be one to watch.
But Tuohy's going to win.
I don't know. Rodenfeld's run 15:08.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We don't know how sharp she is. The collegiate athletes have the advantage / kind of disadvantage of coming after a cross country season. Some of them are going to be fresh. Maybe some of them are a little bit worn down, whereas the pros are just gearing up their season.
If you were Coach Hennis, and obviously Katelyn Tuohy coming off of a NCAA title, she's going to want to win more titles, but they clearly have a good enough team to put together a nasty DMR.
You're already doing DMR speculation.
And she can do well in the 3K. She lost in that 3K. Everyone remembers that. That kind of motivated Katelyn to become what she is now. And she has the 5K ability and even a mile ability. What if you were setting up her indoor season? What would you tell her? What would be her pathway of what she would run at NCAAs? Basically there's 3 options.
Yeah.
5K, 3K.
Right.
DMR 3K. Mile 3K.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to make the decision now, but
I'm asking you to.
5K, it depends what they have in the other events too, right? Like in the who else could run anchor basically in that DMR? I don't know, probably 5 and 3 and then find somebody else in the DMR.
So you just 5 and 3?
Yeah, I mean, the potential to get 20 points. What's the team race look like overall?
I'm
they have a
working
shot
on
to get on the podium?
Maybe.
So that's the other.
If Kelsey Camille can run like top 3 finish and 3s and 5s, then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, they go from a 20 point to now being in the 40, like 30 to 40 points. So
here's what I know. We never know anything about what anybody's going to run, and we're usually wrong about predicting it because we do this every winter.
But sometimes we're right.
Yeah. Well, the one year you're right about Oliver Hoare running 3 races, he did it.
I did predict NAU's podium last year.
That's true. But you predicted distancing to podium every year, so you don't get credit for that.
I guess what I'm doing again this year.
NAU's going to podium, guys.
You know who has the second fastest 1,500 meter time returning?
George Kusha. You know who doubted George Kusha all season? That guy, Gordon.
But now I'm putting into positive. I'm like, this guy's going to score 8 points in the mile.
So him plus Nico, Drew.
And then a DMR.
When is the last time the DMRs worked out for them?
They have never qualified their DMR.
Okay. So literally
but
never in this era. I know. But you're like...
Colin Solomon's a miler.
It's so funny that you're just such a strong believer in a thing that's never happened. When it does happen...
It's going to happen.
Yeah, but...
Oklahoma State also could be a wild card.
Well, right.
Distance only.
I just think... Yeah, you need a lot of bodies, but you also need a lot of bodies in that mid-distance range, too.
Dude, I'm going to be talking about this for 3 straight months. It's going to be great.
So that's code for move on.
5K, Tuohy, collegiate record, yes or no?
What was it again? Sorry,
1508.
No, it's 1512.
1512.
I'll
5,
say
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sure. Yes.
And then Nico Young, 1308. No. So no for Young, yes for Tuohy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go yes for Tuohy and yes for Young. Let's see it happen live on FloTrack.
1306.
We're doing it.